Hey everybody, what's up? It's Miss Thomas here, and thank you for checking into the first ever virtual office hours for school year 2014-2015. So, as you know, my name is Madame Thomas, and this here is our class website, tinyurl.com/Madame Thomas, and there you'll be able to stay tuned in on what we're doing in class, as well as see different things. We're going to take a look at that a little bit in just a second. So, just as a review of what we did last week your projects were due, your poetry projects. So hopefully you turned those in at bit.ly/poetry project 200. So that was the link, I believe. Ooh, hold on. Actually, let me check on that. All right. Let's just verify that really quickly. So we're going to go to bit.ly/poetry turn in 200. I think that, nope, poetry project 200. Let's try that. Yes, there we go. Okay, so that link is correct. So here we go. So here we have the poetry project. So please see those guidelines, because a lot of poetry projects that I got turned into me only had the slam poem. So if we take a look at this one more time, let's go over this more in depth and see what exactly we need in a poetry project. So as you can see here, there were many parts than just the slam poem. So what you were to do was to choose 5 slam poems or songs along a similar theme that contained at least 3 of 5 of the following: similes, metaphors, personification, imagery, and tone. And we wanted to have a ratio of, at the most, 1 song to 4 slam poems. So make sure that you follow that. Also, include a definition of each figurative language term that you had chosen. Create a table containing examples of each term from the poems you have chosen. We did that together in class. And finally, create an original slam poem containing all 5 of the figurative language examples listed above. And double check to make sure that you have attributed an author to each poem. So all of this work was to be typed neatly and shared in Google Drive, with late work accepted, and with the option to present the original poem in a poetry slam, which is actually tomorrow, for 10 extra credit points. Another extra credit opportunity was to write up to 5 extra poems for 4 extra credit points each, and they were to be subjected to the same criteria as the rest of the poem. So here, taking a look at the scoring rubric, all of the projects I've seen so far, they've been pretty good in terms of following this rubric. So don't really need to go too much into that. But a lot of people kind of got killed on their grade because they did not follow the rest of the project guidelines. So make sure that you check out bit.ly/poetry project 200. We've been working on a new way to turn in assignments, because if you remember, we have our Google Apps for Education accounts, and they are in something called the walled garden, which means that only people in our domain, in the pgcps.org domain, can send email or can share things of that nature. So we have been submitting our work a different way through a Google form, enabling sharing settings. So let me show you a little bit what that looks like. So if I were to go, I'm going to share my screen with you guys in just a second. But we have our project turn in form, which is written on the board in our classroom. But it looks a little something ficky like this. Let me show you what it looks like exactly. All right, so this is your poetry project turn in form. So what you want to do is make sure to turn on the sharing settings in your document so that anyone with the link can view. So let me show you. Let's say that we have a document here. Let's pretend that this is our project. So we want to go to where it says share. And then we want to go to more and click on anyone with the link, and then save. Okay, so you have this link here that you can copy. Also, you want to make sure to share it with me. So you type in my email address, which should pop up if you have emailed me anything before, and then click on send. And that is how you can share it. Now, remember that link that we just copied? What we do is that we can go over here back to our poetry project turn-in form. So you can type in your name, Madame Thomas. Choose your class period. Put your email address. Be sure to do this. So you include your full email address, a school-based one if you have it, and your parents' email address. Be sure to include their full email address. Now, if you don't know, then go ahead and put I don't know, and I can find it for you. Some of you have said that your poems that you created were kind of personal, so you can just type in personal or something along those lines if you don't want it to be shared. But I hope that you guys want it to be shared because your your parents would love to see your work. If you want me to share it with the second parent, you can go ahead and put their email address here. So let's see here. So this one would be for the poetry project one. Then this would be gone. You would put the link to your assignment, so the same one that we had before, and any comments that you might have, and then you click submit. So it is as easy as that. So hopefully that was kind of helpful to show you guys how to use our automated form, and it'll become more clear as we do it. It's kind of a work in progress. We are all learning together in terms of how to use our new technology. So this form helps us to meet the need of parents seeing our work because they want to know what we're doing in class. So, we should definitely share our work with our parents. And I'm using something called Autocrat, which will email automatically. Once you turn in your project, then it should email you as well as your parents a link to your assignment. Now, when you get this email, I may have graded it, I may not have graded it, but it'll just be kind of a receipt for you and your parents. My comments will be put directly on the document itself, and I will put the grade in SchoolMax. So we're going to give this a whirl, see how it works. Hopefully all will be great, and yeah, it should be fantastic. So that was something new for this week, for last week, I should say. Also, we did something different called Choose Your Own Adventure. So if you go to the little showcase app, then you'll see that my site is showing up. So it looks like a bunch of price tags. So you just click on it, and it'll show you a link to my site. So the link for that is tinyurl.com/Madame Thomas. That's it right there. Boom, boom, boom. So let me take you to the page so that together we can take a look at new changes to the site. So over here, we have a couple of new things. So I added this assignments this week option here where you can see kind of to choose your own assignment. So just to kind of walk you through this, then all work is due the first day of the school week prior to class. So all of these assignments that are listed here for November 10th, they are due on November 17th before class starts. And if you want to get to my videos, then you can go here to youtube.com/user/Sarah the Teacher in the ELA 2014-2015 playlist. This video will show up in there as well. And remember to turn in your projects at bit.ly/poetry turn in. So when you click on that, just like how we showed before, then this is the link. So going back. So if you remember, in class, then we had 3 different levels where you could choose your own assignment. So level 1, you would get a classwork grade. You would have to read this poem, Simile, Willow, and Ginkgo, on page 612 of your textbook, which is found at my.hrw.com. And with a partner, you could write your own poem about 2 places, people, or things to be compared and combine them to create one poem. You would turn them in at this link right here, and clicking on it would take you to this nice little page right here that we just saw a second ago before. So I'm going to change the title on that to make sure it reflects. Level 2, this one is more so an analytic essay, which we have been doing in class. And remember that our new test scores heavily on that. So we're not doing MSA anymore where you had a lot of BCRs. Now we are moving towards PARC, and they are looking towards these analytic essays. So that's why I put this as a level 2, so you can get a classwork grade and up to 10 spendable points on our gamification board. So you would read these 2 poems and you would analyze them to answer the following prompt. And we all know how to do this. And if not, then just check the argumentative writing playlist, and that'll show you how to outline an essay and fill in the outlines. And then you have the rubric here that tells you exactly what we're looking for. We're trying to give you a score of 20. So you want to hit a 4 in all of these areas, and you can peruse them at your leisure and see exactly what you need to do. So that's out of 20. So I'm just going to multiply that score by 5 to give you your grade for the assignment. And you'll get some spendable points as well. Turn it in, same link. Level 3, this one's much harder, but it's definitely worth it. You get a classwork grade and up to 30 spendable points. So this is for the Boku bucks. So you're going to write another analytic essay, at least 5 paragraphs. And this one is more advanced, but you can do it. The poems of these authors can all be found online. So you can look at Robert Frost, Langston Hughes, Emily Dickinson, or Paul Laurence Dunbar. See, my favorite 2 on this list are Langston Hughes and Emily Dickinson. I really love their poems. But you can pick whichever one is most interesting to you. And you're going to find at least 3 poems, and you're going to compare and contrast the structure of the text and analyze how the differing structure of each text contributes to and helps define the poet's style. And of course, you turn it in at the link here, and you can check the rubric there. So that is our choose your own adventure. And that way, you know, you can get your just right level for the class. Some weeks you might want to pick a level 2. Some weeks you might want to pick a level 3. That is totally fine. Some weeks you might even want to pick a level 1. But I hope to see a lot of 2s and a lot of 3s. So definitely looking forward to seeing some great work from you guys. In terms of the book fair, we had that last week, so thank you to those people who helped out, and thank you to those who also bought items. So that was great. So this week, as you can see, we have virtual office hours going on, where, you know, I'm just kind of explaining things. We'll get a little bit more content heavy as the weeks go on. There will be no virtual office hours next week because I will not be available at 2 o'clock on Sunday. So we're going to skip next week, but the week after that, then we should be back. Tomorrow, we have a poetry slam. So if you remember from the project, then that is worth some extra credit on your grade. So if you share your original slam poem tomorrow, then that'll look very nice in SchoolMax. And plus, it'll be a great experience for you to, to begin performing your work and things of that nature. So it'll be great. It'll be with the whole 8th grade together. In terms of changes to the website, we already talked about that. And we already talked about ways to turn in your work. So that's about it for me. I'm going to go ahead and sign off now. And this video will be archived for future viewing, should you need it. Next week, feel free to fill out the Q&A. I have that enabled, or next time, I should say, because it's not next week. But next time, if you have any questions while I'm talking, then feel free to submit them using the Q&A feature. And yeah, so once again, just as an outro, then you see the website down there, tinyurl.com/Madame Thomas. Poetry Project, you turn it in, or you get the guidelines at Poetry Project 200, and you can turn in your classwork, your choose your own assignment at bit.ly/week of Nov 10. So see you guys in class. Have a great week. Bye.